on, Austin?
How you doing?
Good. What did you think of your first Coliseum night game? That environment and the lights out.
Oh man, I mean it was great. Coming out here, getting a good 2-win at home. I mean, especially under a night game. It's all kind of surreal. It's a surreal moment for sure. I played against them before, but just being on this team, having a crowd behind you, having a team behind you, it's a different moment for sure.
From playing against Stanford, having the game that you had, and then today the way the running backs played, how do you feel like you fit into the offense and just kind of how the run game is kind of played back in?
I think I fit in the offense pretty well. Coach Lincoln, he puts the best players in the best position to make plays, and I feel like I've shown assets where I can catch the ball, run it between the tackles, and then when I need to, pass protect as well. So I just feel like every single game I get to develop my skills and just keep working.
You thought you had everybody beat on that 44-yard run?
What's that?
You thought you had the whole defense beat on that 44-yard run?
I wasn't sure because I stumbled. So when I stumbled, I was like, man, I got to get up. I got to pick my knees up. But I was hoping so, for sure.
Both you and Travis had over 100 yards rushing tonight. Do you think that's kind of a product of stuff that you do in practice, or kind of like a chemistry thing that you guys have developed together?
I think it's a little bit of both. Me and Travis have great chemistry. That's one of my guys. I love Travis. We feed off each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just see it. You can see it within the game. Like we always bounce back between fourth and within the reps. So and you see it kind of works. But I think it's just a dedication to how Coach Kyle McDonald, how he just pushes us every single day. Going into this week, we knew we were going to be a tough team. We knew we were going to play against a tough defense. And Coach Mack was just like, hey man, we got to do more. We got to do more than what we did last week, more than the week before. We watched a bunch of NFL tape, and he said you got to close the gap. Like this is where you want to be, and then you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, where can I close the gap?
Do you feel like you guys, as a run game, left some meat on the bone in the first half?
No, it's one of those things where it's like, being a running back is like it's always a what if, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like we ran well all night, both me and Travis for sure.
Can you walk us through that play? Your helmet comes off. What are you thinking?
Oh man, I knew it was gonna be a flag. I knew they were gonna stop me there. I was sick, but I was like, I'm gonna score. Just in the case they just call it, bad call or something, I'm scoring for sure.
You didn't even flinch when the helmet came off.
No, yeah, I saw the zone, man. I'm getting in the zone regardless, helmet or no helmet.
So what's going to be the reward for the offensive line tonight after over 500 yards total?
They need everything. Whatever they can get. Food, cars, money, clothes. Whatever the offensive line can get, they need it because they played their butts off, man. That's a great offensive line. Running behind those guys is great. They go out there every single day, and they communicate very well. As a senior offensive line, they do things that, and they play off each other as well. You kind of just see that, just especially in the run game, how it just can continue to, keep hitting it until the long runs came.
You had the chance to work with two great coaches, Coach Shaw, Coach Riley. What do you feel like you both learned from them, and how do you feel like it's kind of helped you grow as a person and a player?
For Coach Shaw, I learned, kind of dedication to the craft and learning the ins and outs of the game. And then with Lincoln, I feel like I've learned that as well as just, continue to develop myself as a player. His big thing is making the play. Regardless of whatever happens, make the play. And I just feel like that's kind of helped me kind of push myself even harder in practice and everything, just continue to refine my skill.
Do you think the offense as a whole has kind of found a good balance between the run game and the pass game, or do you think there can be more emphasis on running the ball for future games?
Oh, for sure. You saw it tonight. We had over 200 yards rushing and then 200 yards passing as well. So you can see that balance, and we still ended up putting up 41 points. We left a little bit of meat on the bone with a field goal. I think 1 or 2 field goals maybe, but at the end of the day, we just want to continue to go 1-0 each week and keep pushing ourselves.
How much emphasis did you put on this week and just coming out of that halftime, with a better effort than you guys did last week against Stanford?
Oh, it was a big thing. We didn't want to come out there flat like we did against Stanford. We want to continue to, put it on them and, pressure these teams. We can't just sit here and kind of lack. And that was a big thing coming out the half. We got a big stop from the defense and then just rolled on from there.
How have you seen Caleb progress over the first 3 weeks here? I know it's kind of been...
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. Dude's a baller, you know what I'm saying? But, each game, you can see he's just so poised in the way that he plays. And, talk about a playmaker, he's always going to make a play. And, you know what I'm saying, we can put the faith offense always in his hands because he's always going to get to the right checks, the right calls, and everything like that.
Not many guys get an opportunity to experience playing in an offense like you guys are playing in here at USC. You almost feel like it's at the point where you almost have to stop yourselves.
Yeah, that's a big thing where it's like, I kind of said it yesterday talking to the team where it's like, the only defense that can stop us is ourselves. No one can really stop us. As long as we kind of, you know what I'm saying, hone in on what we trust our technique and everything that we need to do, no one can stop us.
You and Travis were both over 9 yards to carry. What's the biggest factor in that? Is the scheme? Is it the blocking?
I think it's everything, you know, the scheme, you know, great blocking for the offensive line, and then, you know, trust in the scheme, you know what I'm saying? And just continue to kind of just put ourselves in positions to make plays. You know, Coach Mack all week, like I just said, he told us, you know, we got to work harder and continue to work harder, to come out of more tackles, to be more explosive on runs, and continue just to do your thing. So.
The running back position is kind of underrated in Lincoln's system in the past. What was the selling point for you specifically? Like, what do you envision for yourself's role in that kind of offense when you decided to come here?
When you come to this offense, I mean, you know, you get to show your skills in a lot of different ways. You know, catching the ball at the backfield, you know, running the ball, and, you know, also having a good pass protection as well. But I mean, what a lot of people don't know is, you know, Lincoln also, he had Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon on the same team. They both had 1,000 yards. Kyler Murray and I think his name Ronald Stevenson or whatever. They both had 1,000 yards too. So he still runs the ball a lot, and as you can see these past couple of games, he was able to do that.
Was that mentioned to you by Lincoln in your recruiting pitch?
Oh, absolutely. He said, you know, the way you win games is with a strong run game. We're not just going to go out here and be just a one-dimensional offense. And, you know, as you can see tonight, we put that on display.
Thanks.